Good evening and welcome to Molyneux, tale of two teams at the contrasting ends of the Premier League table. Arsenal will go into the Christmas period top of the league after Manchester City's shock defeat earlier, while Wolves will be looking to climb off the bottom after the results went against them at Saturday lunchtime. We just see the players walking out onto the tunnel or onto the pitch. Arsenal, of course, in their traditional red, white, and red socks, white shorts that is, and red shirts, the other red training top. Over that, Wolves in their usual gold or amber, whichever you want to call it. Also might even say orange, black shorts, and again the gold amber socks. Let's just run you through the teams. Wolves, Steve Davis taking charge for the last time before Julian Lopetegui takes over as Jose Sarri in goal. I think it's going to be a back three of Nathan Collins, Max Kilman, and Totti. The wing backs are Nelson Semedo and Hugo Bueno, Boubacar Traore, Ruben Neves, and Real Martinho in the midfield. And up front, it looks like it's going to be pacey Adama Traore and Nicolo Guedes. On the bench, not really much in the experience category. Daniel Pedence does make the bench. As for Arsenal, Aaron Ramsdale in goal, of course, will be going to the World Cup in a few weeks' time. As will Ben White. He partners William Saliba, Gabriel, and Alexander Zinchenko in the back four. As usual, it's the three-man midfield of Captain Martin Odegaard, Thomas Partey, and Granit Xhaka. Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus, and Gabriel Martinelli are the attackers. Gabriel Jesus going for a bit of a goal drought at the moment. I would love to get one just before the start of the World Cup. Very strong Arsenal bench, the likes of Tierney and Nketiah. Reece Nelson, of course, recently scored 2 goals in the Premier League. Oh, the disposable income for Arsenal. As we see, focusing on Adama Traore. No assist in his last 38 Premier League appearances. Of course, went on that loan to Barcelona last year. Didn't make the move permanent. Back at Molyneux, and how he would love to try and get Wolves climbing up the table. See Gabriel Jesus. 8 goals in the first 5 games for him. Now none in his last 5. Does have a different side to his game. Of course, we've seen with Manchester City in the right wing position. So, see what he can create if he doesn't score, because also do have goals from all the other sides of the pitch, like Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, and even recently Granit Xhaka, of course, involved. We are going to have a minute's silence at the start of this game, of course, ahead of Remembrance Sunday. The last post is fortunately played over that period of time of silence. You see both players line up in the centre circle, arms all around each other. I've seen that with the poppies on the shirt. It's like servicemen and soldiers all around, a wreath of poppies ready to lay it on the pitch as a mark of respect. Let this minute silent get underway in a massive Wolves. The typho with the one that goes in the centre circle. So there they are now. Huge round of applause, quite rightly so, for the soldiers as they march onto the pitch to lay down the marker. All of them in their different uniforms. And at the back, synonymous trumpet with Remembrance Sunday and all around football, which I said will play the last post. In the period of the minute silence, it's been beautifully observed up and down the country. I can't see why it won't be here. As we prepare for the minute silence for this game. off the field. And now the football will commence. Of course, Arsenal will go top heading into Christmas, regardless of the result here today, but they could turn a 2-point gap into potentially 5 after the result at lunchtime. Wolves currently occupying the bottom of the Premier League, and they will stay there at the dreaded bottom at Christmas Day stat if they do not pick up any points today after Forest win earlier, which pushed them above Wolves and Southampton respectively. It's going to be Arsenal to get us underway. What can they do here at Molineux? Jesus gets us underway and we see Aaron Ramsdale really middle of his heart to clear that ball forward, but it's well won by Jean Martinet. Gabriel will lay off Ben White. That is Thomas Partey, the man who will be going to the World Cup with Ghana. Zinchenko. So leave up. Now is Ben White. Right back role, which may question would he play there for England? Could he play there for England? Depends how Gareth Southgate wants to occupy Ben White, has been in excellent form. Probably any man who would stop him in that right back position this year is Kieran Trippier. Arsenal now have it with Saka, who's just trying to on the 18-yard box level with that from an Arsenal perspective, but he's under pressure from Bueno, the youngster. Has to go all the way back to Ben White. Here's Gabriel, one of the shock exclusions from the Brazil squad, and Tite named his 26-man squad to go to Qatar. There's a lot of questions raised by that from a Brazilian perspective, especially Arsenal fans who thought Gabriel has been rock solid, but so many centre-back options, so many options, haven't they, Brazil? Unfortunately, Gabriel missed out, but we see Ivan Toney. He answered his critics as we see Gabriel just play the ball out. Granit Xhaka, his hands on his knees. Referee's gone over to him. Neves and a plethora of Arsenal players. The referee just waves. It's like the Arsenal medical staff on. Let's see what happened with Granit Xhaka. There's not been really make a contest for it. So it'd be concerning for Arsenal, of course, with his form this year. Granit Xhaka, after it really looked like he wasn't going to be part of Arsenal's plans going forward after that incident at Crystal Palace a few years ago, where he was jeered by the fans and responded to that and lost the captaincy, and the redemption story's been excellent. Added goals to his game, a bit more disciplined as well as Granit Xhaka, so a good redemption story for him as someone on his haunches. Well, so they're just taking the chance to chat to a few of his players, but they'll be concerned depending on what happens with this. So will Switzerland, of course, is going to be integral to that Swiss side that go to the World Cup. So we won't be wanting to lose Granit Xhaka for a period of time. Goals from many players. We've seen James Maddison go off earlier. A scare for England. Sadio Mane, Alphonso Davies, to name a few, who could be doubts in the World Cup. Of course, we've already seen the likes of Timo Werner, Reece James, been ruled out of the tournament due to injury, so also just be hoping this is a precautionary matter. Mikel Arteta is signalling to the bench who's going to make a change, as we see El Neni and Fabio Vieira. You would think it'd be El Neni, like for like replacement if Arsenal do play their 4-2-3-1. As we see Xhaka's on his feet. I'm not too sure if it's a muscle injury or not. He's taking on some fluids, and someone Arsenal would have wanted, really. He's one of their influential players this season inside the first 4 minutes. We do have a play restart and Sporting and kicked back by Ruben Neves, and Xhaka's back on the pitch, so good news for, as I say, Arsenal and Switzerland. It's Gabriel. That white is Zinchenko. Gabriel urging his Arsenal team to go forward, but as I said, goes to his right back Ben White. ball so well, Arsenal, inside this first 4 minutes. They did some intricate stuff and kept the ball, not really had a touch. They may get a touch now with Semedo, but Martinez battles well to win that back. Partey. Kilman got in ahead as Partey looked to move it forward. And that's a stray ball, which Saka won't be able to keep in. That's going to be thrown to Wolves. 4 minutes gone. Of course, we did have that injuries to Xhaka, so too much to shout about. Bueno, a youngster who they're in ahead of Mount Nori. Saka skips through, plays it to Xhaka. It's not nothing wrong with that pass. And Odegaard crossfield to find Zinchenko. Also shots camped inside the Wolves half. I think Gabriel and Saliba, the only people not in the Wolves half. And Aaron Ramsdale's the cross is whipped in, and Jesus is going to take a shot. It's Jesus, and he's put it in the net. There's the goal drought, but no, the flag's up. The flag's up. It's a great ball in the end. Odegaard it is, the skipper. A lovely ball. I know it's in fact Martinelli, sorry. It's a great ball from him. Jesus takes a lovely touch. He's just straight offside. It's a great finish. There's confidence, and though it didn't count, but he knows that he can find the back of the net still. Maybe the most disastrous start for the home side, and the best start for Arsenal. Still remains 0-0. I need for a VAR check on that one. As great as from Saliba, but Saliba wins it back fairly. Xhaka. Martinelli, Collins steps in. Now it's Adama Traore, he can run. First time Wolves have really got the feet on the ball, and Adama Traore's got 3 Arsenal players around him. It was a mixture of Partey and Martinelli who won the ball back, but just showing what Adama Traore can do if he drives forward a bit more. As it has been probably for the majority of the season, Arsenal do very well just to see that out. There's a skipper Odegaard. Saka left to get in, it's good defending in the end from Bueno. João Martinez back to Tuti. In Portuguese centre half. There's Nathan Collins. Nevertheless. From left to right, and Collins will send up the line. Lovely layoff from Semedo. Now here come Wolves. This is a big chance for them. It's a lovely ball for Guedes. He's going to get there. No, he's not. Saliba gets a challenge. It's going to break for Traore. It's a great block in the end from Gabriel. Offside flag goes up at the end, but Wolves nearly was in there. It's a lovely ball forward, but Guedes is just straight offside. Come to nothing in the end. And so offside calls really in the space of a few minutes. And they decided this already. It's a lovely ball across, as I say. Guedes. Saliba just probably does enough for me. It would have been offside anyway, but he does well, just leans into Guedes, puts him off balance. Ball breaks for Traore, and didn't know it, Gabriel, but it's a vital block to deny Adama Traore. Guedes enjoyed from Valencia in the summer, of course. And he had a Wolves career to shout about at the moment. Of course, the chopping and changing of Bruno Lage going and Steve Davis being appointed as caretaker manager. We'll see. Julian Lopetegui will be taking over. Just see what he can do with this Wolves side as they're on the back foot here. Saka hits the byline onto that left foot, gets the cross in. Collins gets up ahead of Jesus. Then Zinchenko will try it from the other end, and he shanks that into the night sky. It's an easy take for Jose Sarr. Just hold on to that. Another man who's going to the World Cup, Jose Sarr. Questions whether or not he will play for Portugal, of course. The form of Rui Patricio, of course. The big name for him, and also the Porto goalkeeper Diogo Costa. Diego Costa. Available. Here's Kilman, who lays it to Nathan Collins. Back to Semedo. Neves. Crossfield ball for Bueno, just can't control. It's going to go for thrown to Arsenal. Is there right idea? And the youngster just to trap it. Goes out for throwing. That is Mikel Arteta. It's the lever. Zinchenko has it on halfway. It's Gabriel. What can Ben White do for Arsenal? Trying to go forward. He plays it to Saka. And gives it back to his England teammate now, Ben White. And Gabriel just to play a ball forward, but Martinelli step forward and ask Semedo to step in. Zinchenko stops the counter and it's going to be thrown to Wolves. 10 minutes gone. Chances for both teams. Both thwarted by the offside flag, but Arsenal did in fact put the ball in the net. So Jesus, the majority of possession of the away side, looking to wrestle that back, to try and create more chances as they did. And Guedes was denied by that offside flag. It's a terrible ball there from Collins, but Saka's touch just let him down. And Wolves get away with one. As Bueno flicks forward, there's Thomas Partey to send back into the Wolves' final third. Totti hooks away. Partey heads back. Oh, and Jesus has turned Kilman. He might get another chance. It's great cover and defending from Totti in the end. Just got away from Jesus. Again, Wolves being turned inside out a bit too easily there. The Brazilian, let's say, couldn't get anywhere near it in the end. Jose Sarr gathered. He still has it. Punts into the Arsenal half. Gabriel and Saliba both head away. Big Traore. Totti. Bueno under pressure from Saka. They do have to keep it in this time. He'll do ever so because he skipped past Ben White. Hits the touchline, gets a great ball in. Saliba's there. Fantastic forward play from Bueno just to skip past one and then two. So the ball was just lacking a bit of conviction in the end. Saliba did well. Didn't get any height on it in the end. It's Totti. It's Neves. Collins back to Neves. And he can pick a pass. He might have picked one here for Nelson Semedo in behind. He'll get the cross in, but Zinchenko will block. And it's going to be the first corner of the game. Ruben Neves, lovely first time ball forward. Semedo was on his bike. Hit the edge of the box and lofted ball in. Received Bueno, but it was good block in the end. Hey, Wolves yet to score from a corner this season. To break that record here. Duck, should I say. It is deflected. It's going to be another corner. It really came with that, but they're going to get a second bite of the cherry. It's surprising the likes of Neves and Martinho on the pitch for Wolves that have got from Gonzalo Guedes on corner duty, especially Neves, who was just seen a moment ago. So it's a lovely ball in behind for Semedo, so very surprising. And the Wolves skipper isn't really on set piece. I know he's on the penalties and the free kicks. On the corners though, as Guedes tries to play it to the edge of the box. It's a poor corner. Martinelli tried to bring it down but couldn't. Wolves have to go all the way back to Jose Sarr. It's one of them, they look like they've worked that. Not work on the training ground, but against an Arsenal side who got top of the league. It's something special. Good defending from the Gunners. Got to take them chances. Get it into the box. And try and challenge Arsenal. They didn't do so. As Arsenal try and come forward now. Martinelli. To Partey, who to recycle it to Saliba. Got them loan spells. He's a rock in that Arsenal defence. Ready for first team football at Arsenal. This is a lovely ball into Saka from Odegaard, and Saka's cross, and Sarr's really scrambling across there. He got a deflection as Saka tried to play it in. The Wolves goalkeeper was alert to tip it over. Lovely reverse pass from Odegaard. Saka just leaps off Totti, and Sarr's maybe lost it a little bit. And to tip it over with that right glove for a corner. Arsenal's first game, we've just seen Wolves a few corners. Now we'll see if Arsenal can take advantage. And Saka to take. grappling in the box as you normally see, but you've got to watch that now as the ball comes into play from Saka. It's not a bad ball either, and it's towards Gabriel. Really pace on it to try and flick it on rather than direct it goalwards. That's exactly what he tried to do. Just a bit too much on it. Odegaard was arriving on the scene late at the back post. Just a bit much more on it. Is Arsenal going to make a change here? It's Fabio Vieira. Interesting, this was, of course, Granit Xhaka went down. It's going to be Granit Xhaka. And he went down in the first couple of minutes. Looked like it was going to be him or Al-Neni. Different type of player, but big blow for Arsenal to lose Granit Xhaka here. Doesn't look happy either coming off, but got to be something warranting not to be able to play on. The chance for the young, another Portuguese talent, Fabio Vieira, joined from Porto, of course. Mainly gets his game time in the Europa League, but there's always your chance when someone gets injured. What can he do here? And Sarr sends forward from the Wolves goal kick. Party. Again, this will just come back from an offside position. The free kick quickly Arsenal eyes Ben White. On the cusp of the Wolves half, it goes back to Saliba. Now back to Ben White. Oh, so I was happy to keep the ball made around the defensive line for a little bit and unlock that key pass. As mentioned before, Arsenal will go into Christmas top of the league and the World Cup break, regardless of the result here today. But a 5-point gap, the 2-point gap, sorry, could become a 5 if they do get all 3 points. Different about this Arsenal team this year, with the prospect of coming to a line Molyneux essentially could be a banana skin, but at the moment they've passed nearly every test. The only blemish on the record is the defeat at Old Trafford. And a different prospect, and one really causing Man City a problem. Just keeping the ball nicely now. Saliba into Jesus. Martinelli, Semedo stands strong. Traore tries to get off Jesus, but just in the last couple of minutes, just back to the Arsenal defence. Zinchenko. Ben White opens up for a bit in, comes inside. The pass goes all the way back to Saliba. Odegaard now just drifted onto this right hand side. With Gabriel in the centre circle. Zinchenko. Field for Jesus, gets it back from the Brazilian. Zinchenko's robbed the possession. Now as Traore skips away from Zinchenko. It's lovely defending from Gabriel Jesus, of all people. I mentioned now he hasn't scored in his last 5 Premier League games, but if he's willing to do the dirty work at that end, Arsenal won't mind. Everyone else will chip in with the goals. The likes of this man, Martinelli, who found his goal scoring touch this season. Gabriel, another man, of course, got that winner last weekend at Stamford Bridge, that vital winner. So it's another tested Arsenal pass. Are they title contenders? The majority of football fans and pundits alike will be saying yes. You never know what could happen. And potentially with this game, but it all starts to unravel. So it's 18 minutes. It can cause too much problems though. They give it away. It's flicked forward by Traore. And Semedo looks to send long, and even though Traore is quick, but he's not that quick. And the ball's going to sail into Aaron Ramsdale's hands. Ben White for Arsenal. Saliba. And Zinchenko. Gabriel. Ben White again as well, so it's lovely. With knocking it around on that back line, trying to create a bit of space for the attackers going forward to unlock that Wolves defence. Of course, again, as mentioned, if you just join us, Wolves will finish bottom at Christmas. They will be bottom at Christmas, sorry. Going into the World Cup break also, if they do lose today, is Ben White. Orthodox pass with his left foot, and now Martinez was stretching, he's kept that away. Now Wolves can counter. Here's Semedo. Plays it forward for Guedes. He's in behind now. Gonzalo Guedes. He's just over the bar. Best chance of the game for either side, really. Poor ball from Ben White in the end. Different boot. His normally trusty right foot. Semedo getting ahead of Martinez. He tried to control it, couldn't. Slips a lovely ball in behind. This time they put him behind that Arsenal defence and get it. He just tried to thrash it into the top corner to keep Hammer Ramsdale by surprise. It's not too far away, but it might have been better going across the Arsenal number one into the far corner. It's a big chance. Just give belief to this Wolves side. That's Odegaard. Zinchenko. That wide for Martinelli. Slow it, Semedo will block. And of course, Martinelli trying to control that ball. So our Wolves counter forward. That's Vieira in his first touches of the game. Come on for Granit Xhaka. Good injury for the Arsenal midfielder. Saka. Skip past Bueno, but he does well to keep that in play and rob Saka of the ball. We'll get it back now from Martinho. And go all the way back to Totti. He'll look to clear long, and Traore as well to win a header there ahead of Saliba. But it only breaks for an Arsenal shirt in the end. Odegaard. Gabriel. Here's Zinchenko. Just to go into the centre with Gabriel just moving out to the left to cover his left back. We'll work to Saka and the pressure from Bueno. Here's Ben White. Odegaard looked to get in but never stepped forward, and he does again to get ahead of Partey. Guedes can't win the ball. Now Zinchenko. Also go forward. Jesus has dropped deep and he'll drive into the box. Jesus to get on that right foot, but Kilman come across and made the block before it could trouble Jose Sarr. Fabio Vieira. That injury, just looking to try and create something. He sends it forward. Martinelli. Under pressure from Semedo. Ball breaks for Vieira, he just treads on the ball. Cannons off to find a Wolf shirt. Neves tries to poke the line. There's Gabriel. He's been the majority of the season for Arsenal, stopping any danger. Saliba out wide to Odegaard. Here's Bukayo Saka. Ben White on the overlap, hits the byline, gets the cross in. Jesus is in there. It's flicked away by Semedo vitally as well, because it's crossed back in and Jesus flicks the header wide, but he's going back to the original chance. Ben White hits the byline. It's a lovely ball in from the Arsenal right back. Too high for Jesus. Semedo flicks away because Martinelli was coming in. Hit that on the volley. Vieira plays it back to Zinchenko. First time ball in. Jesus tries to flick it into the corner. It's too much on it. And that's not going to trouble Jesus far. Full-on figure, Jesus. Here he goes for the goal that does his work off the ball as well, but maintains his starting position. Sorry, don't have another out-and-out striker or goal scorer. We have Eddie Nketiah, of course, but again, most of his goals or appearances come in the Europa League, so Arteta has a team he wants to maintain. Jesus is heavily a part of that, despite, of course, no goals. Going in 5 and probably a third Premier League match down. It's Totti. Caught by Saka, yes he was. So he looked to release the ball to Bueno. If he pulls it back for a free kick for Wolves. .24 gone. Still 0-0. It's Totti. Hit forward now for Bueno, and it's just a hit. Would have been any got ahead of Ben White there, Bueno, but would have been a little better rather than roll out for throwing to Arsenal. Here's Ben White. Gabriel. He's got my Partey. Zinchenko. Martinelli. Back into the Arsenal half. And finding Saliba. And White. To Odegaard. And White again. Back to Saliba. And Arsenal. Wolves' bodies camped inside that Wolves half. Looks like it's going to be a counter-attacking game for Wolves. We may have seen that work for them earlier. Everyone just in this Wolves half, Bar and Ramsdale, 21 players on both teams. Wolves yet to be broken down. Gabriel. Zinchenko is the channel for Vieira. Again, surrounded by Wolves here. It becomes evident also have to rebuild from the centre halves again. Gabriel. White. Here's Saka. To get on his left foot. Drives into the centre. There's Gabriel. Zinchenko. Attempt the cross. Bueno heads away. White directed to Odegaard. Bring it under as well quick enough, and he has to take it towards the bar line. He wants to keep it in the Arsenal skipper before. Challenges. Ben White did try and get a foot in, but just boots the ball, and it's going to be a Wolves goal kick. Arsenal, Odegaard and White taking the corner. Referee not interested. If you're having a word with Ben White, the discontent, conceding that. And for Arsenal should have had their second corner of the game. Wolves going to restart from a goal kick. Finally pushing players into that Arsenal half, let's say. A moment ago, before the ball went out of play, there was 21 players, everyone bar Aaron Ramsdale in that Wolves half. Over into the Arsenal half now, and Troy did get up and win the header, but going in the direction of Gonzalo Guedes. Zinchenko was able to mop up. Might give it to Odegaard. Saliba. To Gabriel. Zinchenko. Midfield to Jesus. Well to put that in the end. The directs the ball back onto the byline. Also works it now from left to right. And Odegaard, who's driven more to the right hand side in the last few moments. Saka, so poor pass from him, and Martinez will intercept and bring it forward. It's just brought down by Odegaard as Wolves look to bring it forward. Ruben Neves wanting a yellow card. The Arsenal captain. And both the captains now, Odegaard, the guilty party, but it's just going to get a talking to, it looks like. And comes from Saka's poor pass in the end. Martinez experience steps in well, and as he wants to bring it forward, Odegaard just put a hand out across him. Maybe looking to escape with the yellow card. Normally when teams looking to push forward, the referee does go to his pocket. In this instance, he doesn't. Odegaard escapes. Just Wolves put it forward, but good positioning from Ben White. So Odegaard propping up on the Arsenal right hand side. So once again, to play a ball back to Ramsdale. And kick it clear. Saka, surrounded by Bueno and Martinez. The latter gets ahead of Saka. Wolves can restart from the back again. Neves. Here's Totti. Bueno. The line for Martinez, and the flag goes up once again. Third time Wolves have been called offside. Promising position as well. Just hold the run for a moment or two, and he's in a promising position. It has been on the previous two occasions as well, as Arsenal play forward straight away, but the referee brings it back as he wasn't done talking. As we see Julian Lopetegui, he was Spain and Real Madrid manager. Take over the reins from Steve Davis on Monday. He's been in charge for a fair while now after the sacking of Bruno Lage. Wolves, of course, were looking to appoint a new manager in 2023, but that set of results. Lopetegui was originally did reject the job. New terms were offered, and from a Wolves perspective, that's been agreed. So we'll have that World Cup break just to get to know some of these players. Hopefully push Wolves up the table. That's Jesus to Ben White. Zinchenko in the centre. As I say, this Arsenal players just moving all the time. Odegaard through to the right. Zinchenko in the centre there, and still maintaining that shape. It's very decent. The Arsenal side there. They're still being frustrated. 30 minutes gone, still 0-0. Here's Vieira now though. To get the cross in, and Tillman gets it away. As Arsenal shirts around him. It's going to be a throw in. There's a lovely ball down the channel. No one could get onto it. It's Partey to take. He's going to give the ball away to Thomas Partey. The towel set down. I mean, we get that in some grounds, as you might have seen the video from a week or so ago. A Rotherham fan offering his jumper up as they look to maintain a long throw, and Arsenal already had that towel pre-planned. It looks like Partey sends it into the box and just hits Neves in the end. It's going to be a cheap Arsenal corner. He was anticipating the ball to come quite in direction. It was missed by the first man. Semedo just a bit of discomfort in his back. Caught. That throw was launched in by Partey. Arsenal scored from a set piece last weekend at Chelsea, and they do so here. Now they can't see Kilman heading away at the near post. Strong header away as well. Odegaard did well to stop the Wolves counter. Odegaard's ball in. Totti this time defends it away. It's Bukayo Saka. Jesus, he's cropped up on this right hand side now. The players coming down that right hand side for Arsenal. As I say, we mentioned Odegaard drifting out wide. It's Ben White, Saka, now Jesus. Here's the aforementioned normal right side of player Saka. Saliba. Ben White. Saka trying to do now. Tries to cut inside and he does. He skips past by now. Now he's off Ben White at Odegaard. Cheeky back heel through with Totti read it. When I looked to get forward. A little nudge from Saka, stayed on his feet with the referee nothing doing. Gabriel. Nice. Short ball from him, and now Wolves can go on the counter. Here's Boubacar Traore. We skip past an Arsenal player again. He finds Guedes. Arsenal able to get back, but Wolves have it now for a rare attack for them. And then they just have to go all the way back. But rare mistake there from Gabriel. Arsenal on the back foot at the moment, but got back ever so well in the end. What looked like a dangerous attack for Wolves now ends up with them having the ball back at one of their centre halves in Max Gilman. As Kilman tries a crossfield pass. Semedo gets up ahead of Zinchenko. Now this is a chance again for Wolves. Guedes. Got Semedo on the overlap. He'll try and take on Gabriel. Semedo just held his run slightly too late. There's Guedes tried to find him. Zinchenko was able to step in. And the ball back. Saka now has it. A bit stretched now. Saka. Here's Jesus in behind. We need to get on that rival. Jesus! Oh, he's hit the bar. It's a terrific attempt from Gabriel Jesus, and you just feel when it's not going to be your day. Already had one ruled out for offside, and there's another, but Saka does ever so well. Coming stretch, Jesus looked like he's on the side, held his run to perfection. A lovely ball forward for Saka. You see it's in that channel. Gets it back onto his right foot. First time. Terrific effort. Sarr, nowhere near it. Unfortunately from Wolves, rattles the top of the crossbar. Goes out for a goal kick, but already had one in the back of the net ruled out. And now denied by the woodwork. Can't say it's lack of trying for Gabriel Jesus. Sarr sends it long. Good header from Saliba to get in and win that, but ball still finds its way to a Wolves player. It's on to the left for Bueno. And for Totti. Neves. Bueno. Traore gets his body ahead of Ben White. It's a lovely play from Traore. Left foot across, but by Saliba. Under pressure, do well. Traore is quite strong. Where's it? To Neves. 4 Arsenal shirts surrounding him, and Neves in the end can't quite ball forward. Now Jesus will come forward. Totti sticks a leg up. He's going to pick up the first yellow card of the game. He's not happy. He's going back to the earlier incident when Odegaard stopped a Wolves counter attack. Need to go in the book. Totti does. Neves. Four Arsenal players surrounded. Jesus back. They're defending. He needs one who comes away with it. As he feel Totti just sticks out the leg. And yeah, Odegaard one was debatable, but there's no debate that that's a yellow card. You see the frustrations? I'm going to do it for one, might do it for the other. Treading a fine line and for the rest of the game. Here's Thomas Partey. Zinchenko. Gabriel. He's also passing the ball around very crisply as usual. He's moving from left to right so swiftly. We'll just try when they don't and get it wrong, Arsenal to pick them off on that. And Martinelli sizes up Semedo. We'll just stick with him, just Semedo, but Martinelli. Not the ball past him. He did want to go corner kick. Sorry, the referee points to the 6-yard line and says going to be a goal kick to Wolves. Right decision in the end, I think. Jose side just pushing up the players. As I say, he wants to try and get them forward as best as possible. Campton found out Wolves half for his own team and of course Arsenal. Wants to try and get them forward when it goes back into the Wolves half. Header from Saliba. Lovely chest from Jesus, and Odegaard knocks it onto Saka. Odegaard's made around the overlap. And finds the Arsenal skipper. It's not a bad ball in, but Kilman's there to deal with it. White finds Partey. It's kindly for Vieira, and then was he brought down? The referee says no. He still has the ball, Vieira, but in the end, Wolves will come away with it. They've got a man down. Wolves got to play on. Costly because Jesus skips in, wins it back. Zinchenko gives it to Vieira. Ben White has it now. It's a cross from Ben White. Jesus in there, and this is horribly wrong. Been heavily involved from everything Arsenal attacking. Why is Gabriel Jesus? Tried to hit it into the ground and gets it all wrong in the end. Just peeled away to the back post. Semedo switches off. So I think he's just trying to half volley that into the ground. Of course, saw some problems, but hitting really the back of his heel and going out for the goal kick to Wolves. But stand alone, having the most shots in this match, 4. Second highest after that is Goncalo Hedes and Gabriel. Both have 1, so here's how much Jesus is trying. As the ball's flicked forward for Guedes now. Can he make this 2 shots? No, he can't, because Gabriel's under pressure, and then he catches him. No, he doesn't. Well, he does, but the referee says no, doing his Traore tries the shot. I thought he was going to give a free kick there, the referee. Guedes just goal side. Gabriel, and the flick forward from the goal kick. Guedes fell to the ground. The referee said nothing doing. Hack away from Ben White. But for Traore, trying to get on that right foot. Just drilled a shot over Ramsdale's bar. Ramsdale not really had the save to make. On that, neither is Jose Silva, of course. Bit the ball out of the net due to offside, and Jesus hit the bar. So it's right, really, after having the majority of the chances, as we saw, not really been called into action. Ben White gives it to Saka, who can't control. It's going to be a throw in to Wolves. 4 minutes till half time. Totti taking a risk there. Of course, not a yellow card as well. If he gets that wrong and has to make the foul, he would have been off. As well as Bueno tries to send it up the line for Traore, but we all know how done Traore's pace. He's not that quick. Safely goes into the gloves of Aaron Ramsdale. Zinchenko. Vieira. He's only been involved since he's come on, Fabio Vieira, but mainly because Arsenal have just been zipping the ball around. Not really trading much going forward. As they have done, that's come through Gabriel Jesus. Thomas Partey. Gabriel to Zinchenko. Saliba. Ben White now. Saka looking to get past Bueno, who defends well. So referring to Arsenal, Ben White looks to launch forward to Jesus, but Bueno did well defensively to get it back. Saka now lays it to Fabio Vieira. He's going to have a left-footed shot. It's blocked by Kilman, unfortunately. It's the feed of Semedo. Zinchenko is lurking. The right wing back has to concede a throw-in. Also, we're not seeing much of Fabio Vieira. We've had a small opening there. Max Kilman was able to make the block. Zinchenko forward to Martinelli. Just to have been a foul throw from Alexander Zinchenko, and the decision goes Wolves' way. Not happy Zinchenko, he thought that was well within the rules. A cheap throw-in, in good position that was for Arsenal. The Wolves give it straight back to the away side. Martinez is able to step in, give it to Max Kilman. It's Totti. It's in the line for Bueno. To get in behind Ben White, but good covering from Saliba. That's a terrible ball, and he's allowed Guedes in. Guedes from the angle, and he's dragged it horribly wide. Arsenal getting away with one though. Saliba do ever so well to cover Ben White. Bueno looks to get down the line, but then it doesn't look where any Wolves attackers are around him. Guedes, the bend in that corner, and I think Gabriel is a vital blocking. Bails out his centre half partner. That was a big chance for Wolves before half time. William Saliba gets away with one. So do Arsenal. Can Wolves capitalise on this corner at least? Guedes to take. And swinger. That's Jesus who deals with it. Got to deal with the second ball. It's a Miss kick from Jesus, and Gabriel wants the bailing out his Arsenal teammates once again. He just did with Saliba a moment ago. Approaching half time, 30 seconds or so. With a few minutes of stoppage time, of course, when Xhaka went now earlier in the half. 0-0, there's chances for both teams though. And the Wolves, the majority of possession, and we can take heart that it's still 0-0. They have created a few chances. Semedo keeps that in. There's Collins now, it's Wolves' turn to pile things forward in the Arsenal half. So see 2 minutes added on. Before half time, Zinchenko, and he flicks it on to Guedes. He tries to play it forward. And Gabriel stands there once again. No one in the Wolves was really in the box anyway. Jesus looks to get there ahead of Semedo, and he'll send that out for a Wolves throw. So to go to 0-0 at half time with Arsenal is pretty good going. Now here's Traore. Guedes under pressure from Vieira and then Zinchenko. He gave it away for Jesus. It's not a position you really want to give the ball away because Jesus has been Arsenal's threat going forward, and Semedo has to commit the foul, and he's going to be the second man going to the book. That's Boubacar Traore, sorry, getting back. In that right wing back role. A terrible giveaway from Wolves, and Semedo. That's Semedo. Jesus drives forward. Traore just steps across him. The yellow card. Second of the game after Totti, and 2 for Wolves overall. Might be one more chance for Arsenal to try and get something and get in the lead before half time. Be a great opportunity in the position they're in to get back. A dagger to Wolves. Steve Davis seems like they've got the window. They've done well. They've restricted Arsenal to only a few shots, and only really one that 2 on 1's ruled out. One that hit the bar. So Odegaard stands over this. Last action of this first half. What can Arsenal do with it? It's Odegaard right footed. Head away. Fix with Vieira. They go all the way back to Odegaard. I think that should be that. And it is. Half time here at Molineux. It's been a half of minimal chances, but they have fell. And Arsenal, respect anyway, they fell to Gabriel Jesus. He had one ruled out and hit the crossbar. And their best chances. And on the flip side for Wolves, they fell to Gonzalo Guedes. His first one was ruled to be offside. They wouldn't have counted. I didn't really hit the back of the net anyway. And they had another chance after a poor error from William Saliba. He could only bend his shot wide. Intervention as well from Saliba's centre-half partner Gabriel. But at half time at Molineux, it's Wolves 0, Arsenal 0. back to the second half at Molineux. Wolves nil, Arsenal nil. Last game for both teams before the break, of course, going into the Qatar World Cup. Nil at half time. Arsenal have lost Granit Xhaka, the influential for this season as well. A plethora of influential midfielders for Arsenal this season. They lost him who for an injury, and since then it's just been a few chances. When they have them, they haven't hit the target. Jesus and they've crashed off the crossbar. Both keepers not really had anything to do really. Jesus, of course, now 5.5 games since he scored in the Premier League. He's had chances, so we're looking now. Hopefully it's third time lucky. He doesn't manage to get a shot in on goal. Wolves will be more than happy. Of course, keep mentioning if they don't get a win today, they will be pushing the break bottom at Christmas, which of course normally is the dreaded long for many teams. It means they will go down. They normally go down, should I say. Sunderland have booked that trend recently, and with a new manager, you feel Wolves could be a team to get over that hoodoo as well, as Wolves kick us off. In the end, it breaks for Arsenal once again. As mentioned, regardless what happened, we'll be top going into the break and at Christmas. Due to, of course, Man City losing earlier today. And go with a 5-point gap. Who would have thought that at the start of the season? And a real deal are Arsenal. Big challenges, of course. It's the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea in recent weeks. And the challenge they failed was Old Trafford. They have yet to play Manchester City, of course. We're due to play them before the domino effect with Queen Elizabeth passing. But then that meant Arsenal's Premier League game was postponed and the Europa League game with PSV. And only really chance to have to play that before the conclusion of the group stage of the week. And they were due to play Man City, which are neutral. Right, it's panning out at the moment. Probably has become more of a tastier prospect in the next few weeks after the World Cup if they are to meet. With the big stages for Arsenal, but they've got to overcome these hurdles as well. You see the teams, no changes for Wolves. Coty and Boubacar Traore are in the book. As mentioned, Xhaka went off. Vera replaced him. So she worked for Arsenal. If not, as Odegaard. Zinchenko. Martinelli. Starting up Nelson Semedo. They'll come in fielding. Ball to the back post. I know I'll deal with that. Ben White. Saka. Odegaard. Clip ball in. Collins does well to head that away. Vieira was lurking. Now Traore will bring it away. Skips past Partey. And Zinchenko. And now it's a big chance. He's facing Guedes. Outside the ball. Try and find Traore. And he's just hit the ball too much. It's good goal cue from Aaron Ramsdale. But have a chance for Wolves, as mentioned. Probably will take a bit of heart in these performances in the first half. Created a few chances at Arsenal, but right idea, skipped away from Partey. Traore ever so well. It bounces off him. Guedes has it first time outside the boot. Just can't get the curve on it for Traore to run back onto it. The Arsenal goalkeeper was out to gather the ball. Ben White. Odegaard. Again, Arsenal. Good little passes. Martinelli. This is Zinchenko. Gabriel. Zinchenko. See, Arsenal just when they get the possession, they just string the ball around 10, 20 passes at a time. It really is a joy to watch them trying to unlock them defences, but they still haven't unlocked this one at the moment. Try forward now, it's Odegaard to Saka. Ben White. All the way back. Gabriel. That is Zinchenko. Retreating now, Arsenal. Looking to their own half. And Saliba. Zinchenko. Getting the ball into the centre. Attempted just enough to get ahead of Jesus. Defeated Jose Sa, who put the ball. Restart the Wolves counter. Semedo. Traore does well. It's a terrific ball forward. Traore's going to run to it, and the referee's going to play advantage because there was a foul and ball lacking. Saliba did ever so well, but another chance for Wolves to ball better in the final third. Be a different story. It's Odegaard. Saka, but Totti steps in. There's Guedes. Bueno skips past Jesus. Nice Martinho. Collins. Martinho. Collins. There's Totti. It's Wolves turn to consider around the defensive back line. Sarr sends forward. More direct route, but Saliba is there to win it. That was awkwardly for Bueno, who does well in the end. It's that to his skipper Ruben Neves. Totti. Coutinho. Neves. Guedes to bring it forward. Switches the play to Nelson Semedo now. Traore. Collins. And Kilman. Arsenal's ready to defend for the last couple of moments. You've met one of these chances count. Semedo's cross. Zinchenko flicks it. He tried to flick the header away, but eventually flicked into the Arsenal box. But Ben White is there to go for a throw. We see Thomas Partey pick up a yellow card. It was just for the chance mentioned a few moments ago. It was played forward. Semedo looked to counter. Partey just stuck out the foot. If he played advantage, Traore got there, and his ball in the end, the save was poor. So he was able to cut it out. The right pass. Guedes was in. So Thomas Partey's first booking this season, which is quite surprising as the robust player he is. Here's Neves. And White steps in, and Partey will send it forward for Vieira. In the field of Traore, who is on a yellow card, so he has to be careful. Referee plays the advantage. Partey back to Vieira. Ben White. And his England colleague Saka. The overlapping one, but Saka will then field for Odegaard. We'll leave it for Vieira. He then tries a crossfield ball to Zinchenko and just overcooks it. And the head of the Ukrainian. It's going to be thrown to Wolves. Right, we're just getting away with one there. So in the centre, Jesus remonstrating with the referee. Would have been booked, has he? And yeah, he does catch the Arsenal man. Looking ready to get away with that. Last thing Wolves need is difficult to play Arsenal this season with 11 men, let alone 10. And hopefully, for Wolves' perspective, the football gods, are on their side. I want the footballing gods on their side for a victory. Move them off the bottom and push Southampton there. Morale boosting win as well for when Julian Lopetegui takes over on Monday. into the World Cup break as well. Martinelli scampering away. Is it from left to right? So well does Martinelli. And inside from Neves. By Zinchenko. Jesus. To Vieira. He's in now. He put a ball across and there it is. It's in. The opening goal of the game. It's Odegaard. It's terrific play from Arsenal. Vieira, the substitutes involved. And Wolves are breached. 54 minutes. They've had the better of probably the spells in this second half. But when you're top of the league, you can show, you can just pick teams apart. It's lovely football from Arsenal. Jesus cuts infield. It's a lovely reverse pass for Fabio Vieira. He just looks up, puts it in the danger zone. It's the skipper just ahead of Saka to tap in from a few yards out. It's a dagger to the hopes for Wolves in this game. And Arsenal, as it stands, 5 points clear of Manchester City. Give you a lovely dink ball. And if it wasn't Odegaard tapping it in, it was Saka. Martin Odegaard. He may get many. He's known for his assists. He's fifth of the season. He's captain this season. Repaying Mikel Arteta's faith. How the Wolves respond. As mentioned, nearly every minute or so, really been reduced to 10 men. And we're a goal down. It could get even worse as Martinelli drives into the box and couldn't quite find Saka. Bueno headed to Odegaard. He thought about having a shot. Closed down in the end. And Zinchenko. All the way back to Gabriel. Ben White. Saka. I wanted that goal with Saka, but skipper just did a late run and got it ahead of him. Didn't mind too much as Arsenal winning this game, which they are at the moment. They're looking to double it with Vieira. Zinchenko. Vieira. This is the Arsenal record. Scoring first in the Premier League this season. 11 times they've done it. They've gone on to win 10 of them. Only one draw. So, not the size of the task that Wolves have in front of them now. Draw, of course, against Southampton. And a shock result that was for Mikel Arteta's men. The Southampton side who on to sack Ralph Hasenhüttl a few weeks later. I just see Julian Lopetegui again. Some conversation becomes sort of around him. Making with this, of course, big job on his hands. Try and get some confidence back into this Wolves side to push them at the table. Not too long ago when they were playing fantastic football, getting into Europe and Europa League semi-finals. How times can change in football now, bottom of the Premier League. Unless they can do something about it and get something here. They do need to change the probably gameplay now. They've been trying to hit off on the counter. Put the ball right in the final third, but they're chasing this game. Neves. Argentina. Bueno. Guedes had a few chances. It's the experienced young Martinho. Now Semedo's got him behind. Now he hasn't. So just that final third, there is the pass, but the touch needs to be better from Semedo. Allows Arsenal to get back. Neves. Semedo crosses the ball and Martinelli blocks and they in the area really where as a male you don't really want that football to go. Semedo just had that chance. There's a lovely ball from Martinho. Semedo just couldn't get it under his spell and cross or a shot in. And the story of Wolves' game so far, the story of the season. Haven't scored many goals this season. And Diego Costa being brought in hasn't really made a difference. Like to Pedro Neto, of course, out with injury. Raul Jimenez not scoring as much. You see the Arsenal goal here. Terrific reverse ball from Jesus. Say, that's why he's in that side, regardless of him not scoring. It's a lovely ball. Vieira gets the byline. Acute angle to shoot. Just lifts it back into the box. Say, Odegaard tapping in from only a few yards out, and it wasn't him. It was Saka. So Arsenal are taking the lead regardless. The ball's up the line for Traore. Is he going to get there ahead of Gabriel? No, he's not. It's a great covering tackle. Which looked like for me, but the referee has deemed not. Gabriel's going to go into the book here. The first viewer, not a great tackle from the Arsenal centre half. Let's see it back now. Traore running at pace. Oh, plays the man. Yeah, okay. Looking that back, it is a foul from Gabriel. It looked like he played the ball. He takes Traore off his feet and he picks up a yellow card for his troubles. There was many talk of him not being included in the Brazil squad. He's got to get over. He doesn't want to overshadow what's been a terrific start to the season for this Arsenal team. Personally himself, of course, the winner at Chelsea last week will endear him to the Arsenal fans even more so. We'll have a free kick here. Dangerous position. On the edge of the box. Just on the byline of the box. 2 yards. On the tip of it. As Guedes looks to go low and Ramsey will hold that. And it's a waste from Gonzalo Guedes when you've got the height of Totti and Collins in there just to see what he was trying to do. And also now looking to counter Zinchenko. And Vieira looking to get another assist, but Totti's back there defending there. Counter-attacking again from Arsenal. Jesus was in the centre, defending and save from Totti. There's Odegaard. Saka. Here's Ben White. His cross. Here it gets up. It might break from Martinelli. It does. It's going to break loose for Odegaard. And it's Totti again blocked. Jesus, what's he going to do? He can't get it under his control. And back was Bueno. And panic stations for Wolves. Martin Odegaard nearly helped himself to a second there. He helped it forward with his head. And Totti stuck out the leg in the end. And Wolves survive. Doing dangerously now on the home side. Jesus. Odegaard. Jesus. Gabriel. Oh, so there's nothing around once again. Maintaining that pressure. They put the foot to the floor yet. Let's go forward now, but Bueno again intercepts with an excellent on that left hand side. Ball's now laid back to Totti. Huge clearance. First stop, Jesus really, good defending, and then from the resulting throw in, clearing off the line. We're just going to see the chance back. Ben White, lovely ball in. Really in the air. Martinelli's right thing. I think it was Sardiga the touching in Totti, as I say, just outstretched leg. It would have been cleared off the line with one of the Wolves defenders from Max Kilman also back on the line. They got through the Portuguese defender. We'll never know, but I do know it's Wolves now Arsenal 1 still. 63 minutes gone. Martin Odegaard's goal separates the two sides. Traore looks to push forward. He's at the Collins. Semedo. Neves. Totti. Bueno stands up across. Traore's in there. Comes to the top of his head. And directs it towards goal. And he probably might have wrapped him into Diego Costa in that sort of position to send that goalwards. Guedes tries to chip it through, and Guedes head back, and Semedo just hands on his knees and really not what you need an Arsenal to launch the counter, and they might do so with Jesus. We'll get onto that right foot. Jesus flips in Odegaard. No, he doesn't. Totti again with terrific defending from him. I think could have had 3 or 4 if it hadn't been from the intervention from Totti. It's a lovely crossfield ball. Jesus, see what he wants to do. Get it onto that right foot. No support. And this is Odegaard steaming into the box. And with the Totti, Odegaard would have had a free shot. And Jose Sarr. That's great defending from the Wolves. Wow. Saka to take the corner. So it's flicked on in the end, and twice as Zinchenko looks to drive it back in, but Totti once again gets it away. Odegaard. Flat attempt at the ball, it skews off his boot and away to Jose Sarr. It's Martinho who for a second looked under pressure, but he's come away with it. Let's get it. Martinho. Collins. And of course was in a relegation battle with Burnley last year, so he knows what it is like. Unfortunately, his Burnley teammates couldn't beat the drop. This is moved to Molineux. Sometimes that experience can be invaluable with the likes of this man on the ball, Martinho. He is really experienced. Anything like this, sorry. So let's hold on to it. Ramsdale doesn't really have much to do. Just calming it down a bit for Arsenal. With Martinelli. Zinchenko. All the way back to Ramsdale. And White. Just overran it, but Guedes can only knock in for a throw into Arsenal. So going to see Daniel Podence come on for Wolves. In 21 minutes into the second half, Steve Davis decided that he needs a change. It's going to be João Martinho, Portuguese counterpart, to depart. Ultimately, Nelson Semedo go off. He's replaced by the youngster Lambakisa. Maybe a change of formation for Wolves. So we see Guedes move more central. The Traore and Podence is out and out wingers as Jesus just leans into Totti. That's not going to be a throw. The ball didn't really move from where it just did as Totti played against Jesus. Didn't know they are the home side. Here we are. Just over 22 minutes to find the goal. Here's Lambakisa. Fresh legs. Traore. Podence. Looking to drill one through for Traore. Terrific defending again from Gabriel. Did work his way through to Traore, but Gabriel's intervention just made sure that he couldn't get a clean connection on it. Spinning back to Aaron Ramsdale, the ball. Always slid in, but brave goalkeeping. What was it to be won? Arteta just in talks with his Arsenal backroom staff are all getting messages onto his players. As he has mentioned a few times during this match and posting all over social media, of course, after Man City's loss to Arsenal. They're 5 points clear at the top before the World Cup break. As for Wolves, of course, it would be another defeat, rock bottom. But a new manager coming in, it's not all bad news. Without Ramsdale, of course, from an England perspective, good to see him back on his feet. The three goalkeepers to go to Qatar. Jordan Pickford and Nick Pope, you see that here. Great defence from Gabriel, just knocks it back to Ramsdale. Had two hands on the ball. The referee has given a foul. Ball's there to be able to try away, so the cards will stay in the pocket. It's also 20 minutes plus stoppage time to try and level up this game. No chances. They tested Ramsdale, but it's the wrong pass or defending from Arsenal. The wrong decision. They've got to eradicate that if they are to push up the table. That's what they have at their dispossession. You wouldn't have them going down, especially when you're managing a degree of Lopetegui. It'll be interesting to see how that goes when the Premier League resumes. Boxing Day. It's been hard to pick up as well, of course, the momentum building for them. Zinchenko. Building momentum now. It's a good ball in. It's on Gabbers. Eventually, got the help of the Arsenal attackers. The stats line against Wolves to score the 61 plus 90 minute mark this season. I'll need a lot of that to change. Let's try out just penalised for a foul for a push. And get me out. Goes back to Ramsdale. Gabriel is an excellent, perfect way to silence some critics who might not have made the answer the critics. Sorry, said I should have been included in the reserve squad for the World Cup. And I wasn't included, should I say? As Vera skips in, and just a foul from Ben White, and he pulled the shirt of the Wolves man. Yeah, just a little pull of the shirt from Ben White. Also, once he counted, the referee's pulled it back for a free kick to the home side. Collins. To go forward, but Martin gets ahead on it. Give it to Odegaard. Saka. The pressure from Neves. Back to Odegaard. Saka. 1 minute. Zinchenko. It's across him, but Collins heads away. First man. Traore flicks away from Zinchenko and plays it now to his namesake, Adama. Zinchenko playing off to Martinelli. Pressure from the wing back. Zinchenko's Martinelli again. Gabriel. Ben White. He's looked to home in that right back position, Ben White. Ball. He forced his way into contention for Gareth Southgate. Very good first game a week on Monday. Party with crossfield pass to Martinelli. Wolves will bring back players straight out Martinelli now, and he'll backhill for Zinchenko. Can he pick out a cross? He can. Martinelli shot, Sarr saved. It's going to break for Odegaard. It's 2-0 to Arsenal. And it's been the Norwegian in the Premier League has been stealing the headlines week in, week out. But this time it's going to be the other one. Martin Odegaard doubles Arsenal's lead, and it's safe to say it looks like they are going to go 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Marseille does well, he dispossesses and blocks the clearance. Lovely backheel to Zinchenko. Crosses could have gone anywhere, but from Martinelli. Sarr makes a good save. Back out to Odegaard, takes one touch and just drills it left-footed into the corner. Absolutely no chance. And that should be that. Still 15 minutes to go, but Arsenal really clinical when they've had the chance in the second half. And the skipper, as I say, Erling Haaland, out in front with the goal. Martin Odegaard now gets his 6th for the season, adding, of course, to his one earlier. I say the man with Norway who steals the headlines. It's not going to be him this week. Only registered any shots. The defeat to Brentford. Odegaard registered 2. It looks like our gifted Arsenal. All 3 points. Wolves, are they going to be resigned to the bottom of the Premier League at Christmas unless they can turn it around here? Totti looking to get it forward straight away. Pedance. Lovely flick round the corner for Bueno. Pedance picks it back up. The reverse ball for Guedes. Once again, goes for that near post rather than go across Ramsdale. As he did in the first half, and this time, like the one in the first half, doesn't hit the target. Lovely reverse pass for Pedance, but anything about that. Match already yet to be worked at 2-0 down. Not really what some want to see. You don't see Ramsdale being worked, give him hope. The next 13 minutes, you just feel Arsenal is going to be able to see this one out. They've been excellent possession. Took the chances when they have done in the second half. That ultimately has been the difference. It's all that to Collins. To Sarr. As Wolves build out from the back again. Traore. Crossfield ball to Guedes. Bring it down. And flick over Saliba. Guedes is looking maybe done a bit too much. And just footing in the end. Gabriel. Saka also looking for a third. Another challenge from the skipper, Ruben Neves. Goes to, of course, to the World Cup with Portugal. We'll be hoping better fortunes there in Qatar. Also, of course, big money talks he could be on his way and in January. Ruben Neves. Another big blow to Wolves if they were to lose him. Here's Traore. Comes into trouble in the sugar party. Zinchenko to Vieira. Also have numbers going forward. Here's Odegaard. He's on hat-trick. What's he going to do? Have to tee up Saka. Might have delayed the pass. Ahead of Jesus. And also the ball with Martinelli on the edge of the box. In the corner. Heads away. On the volley for Ben White. That's why he's playing right back. Thrashes at it. For goal kickers, we're going to see a substitution for Wolves. Third of the game. And Goncalo Guedes' game is over. Had a few chances. Really made Ramsdale work. But he's running some good positions, but just can't find some finishing touches. So we see another one here. Great bit of skill to go away from Saliba, but just a bit too much. He's being replaced by Wolves record signing, Matheus Nunes. Look at this. In fact, Totti going off. Now, I did pan to Carlo Guedes. No, he's been reprieved, he's still on. It's Totti, probably imagination around that is he's on a yellow card. Wolves are looking now to change shape and push on to maybe a goal in the last 10 minutes of this game interesting. And Hot Totti out of the three centre halves has been excellent. Ruben Neves has dropped into that back three. But whatever happens, it's Totti who's gone off and Nunes has come on. Here's Collins. Going to be a few hidden hopes here. That's going to be dealt with by Ben White. Going to be a lot better on goals if Wolves are to get back into this game. There's Neves. Traore to Collins. Look at this nicely, Wolves. Try and get the ball in. And just cannons off. Martinez for a corner. Arsenal fans in the crowd. With their tops off. It's November, but mild at this point in November. Let's get this. Fix his corner away. Breaks for an Arsenal shirt. And this is their back defending. It's Neves. Of course, Traore leaping to Zinchenko and lets it run for Guedes. Here's Traore into the box now, hitting the byline in this channel. Goes back to Traore, ends it wide. I forgot a touch off an Arsenal defender. Regard Traore. It just really get a run in the team for Wolves. Started to get lucky now and right idea, but again, another shot doesn't hit the target. From a Wolves perspective. Game just slowly petering out. That's what Arsenal want. Arsenal found a way to win, haven't they? All these games in previous years are tough ones, or they'd go and lose, but they've found a way just to beat their opposition. So why they're going to be moving 5 points go at the top. Quick free kick taken by Neves. Guedes. Try on. Spreads it out wide to Bueno. He's driving now into their Arsenal box. And a low hard cross blocked again by our Arsenal defence. Excellent. The back four. I'll say that Zinchenko makes a challenge. Referee says nothing doing. Guedes has it in the box, slips, manages to get away from Martinelli before I'll take the ball. I'll ask Gabriel just to put that away. Arteta's barking instructions. Trying to get one over on his old boss, Pep Guardiola. And he's doing so. A big couple of months coming up for Arsenal, of course. We can maintain this challenge. The players going at the World Cup, potential injuries if that was to occur. There's Traore. Zinchenko slips, he's drilled a ball across. And two Wolves players got in their way. Pedence and Neves. Great ball. Flashed across the goal, but no really communication between the two. And here's Jesus made to Saka. Down the channel for Jesus, who gets in. Collins comes across. It's going to be a corner. Jesus, he hasn't got his goal yet, but excellent defensively for Arsenal's Messi Reece Nelson. He's always going to be a fringe player, was out on loan last few seasons. the Eredivisie and in the Bundesliga respectively. And probably one of the people who made in the matchday squad, but then he got them 2 goals against Nottingham Forest, and he just worked his way back into the plan somewhat. It's Saka's corner into Gabriel. Get it clear. Guedes plays it to Adama Traore, who's in a footway to Saliba, and this is going to be an interesting one. Saliba holds him up well, but Traore still has it. Looks to get the cross in. He does towards the back post, towards Potence. And then he tried acrobatically, and that wasn't too far away. Great improvisation from Daniel Potence there. Crosses in from Traore, he did ever so well. Too high for Potence to head in. Oh, breaks from again, he flicks it up. Overhead, speculative overhead kick attempt, and in the end it was further away than first glance. I see Mohamed El Neni as well for Arsenal. The minutes tick away. I haven't seen just yet because Ramsdale restarts play. Ben White heads forward. Saka. Jesus. Go back to Saliba. He's not his best game. In the back four, he's been excellent. He's been isolated. Saliba. He's not as comfortable as he normally does. As Traore brings it away. It's Nunes driving. This is what Wolves need. Nunes going on. Potence. Get to it, but it's just too much on it. And Ramsdale will gratefully collect that, but that's what Wolves needed, someone who's direct runner driving at that Arsenal defence, but unfortunately for a Wolves perspective it's too little too late. 2-0 down. We just see the table. Arsenal 5 points clear. Just to see 7 clear of Newcastle, of course. I mean, we thought we left here a few years ago. Anything could happen in this Premier League, but how long it will start to be before at least to appear in the conversation, of course, as well. Newcastle lost 1 game this season, Newcastle. Martinelli. It's Partey. Robbed by Traore. Potence. Guedes taking it down. Odegaard comes back and does ever so well. There's a nitty-gritty stuff as well as score the goals. He might set Arsenal away here with Saka. Time of Wenover. And Kilman steps in. Brings it forward for Wolves. He's done ever so well until he ran into Odegaard on the halfway line. That's when Arsenal can bring it out. The minutes tick away for Wolves. And they're probably part 1 of the Premier League season. Part 2, they'll be hoping they're a lot better. A new manager. Once the Premier League does resume, it'll only be 2 games before the January transfer window, where Lopetegui can put his own spin on the squad, in his own faces. I'd look to keep a few now. As we're trying Potence, and there's Ramsdale forced into his first save. And that's the problem with Wolves. 88 minutes on the clock, and their first attempt on target. He's looked lively since coming on, Daniel Potence. Traore does ever so well, skips past Zinchenko into Gabriel and puts his body across, but Ramsdale was there to tip it over. The goalkeeper on Ramsdale, of course, to not done anything for 89 minutes, really had a save to make. Good concentration levels. Even goalkeeper Potence in the poor corner. Waits for Nunes, blocked by Martinelli. And claims handball, referee not interested. Flick now to the touchline for Potence. Tries the ball down the line. Isn't going to keep that in. Traore falls over the advertising hoardings. One to the corner did Wolves, but nothing doing. We still want no substitutions. It was a corner. It's taken short by Pedence. Try away in. Flicked away by Party. Waits for Neves, on the volley. We know he can do that. Loops. Crossbar. Arsenal have not made changes. They've got a chance to bring on Cedric as well and get him ready for the end of the game. It's going to be 3 substitutions to see out the game. We see Alexander Zinchenko is one of them to be withdrawn. One come back from an injury. He's played his full 90 minutes. Cedric's going to come on. Bukayo Saka into the World Cup. Of course, he replaces Reece Nelson, and the confirmation, it's going to be Fabio Vieira, the substitute for the substitute. He has played the full 90 minutes, in essence. That's going to be Mohamed El Neni to replace him. No World Cup for El Neni this year. So, one of them working hard to try and keep this good spirit up for Arsenal. We'll just see the stand behind Aaron Ramsdale goal starting to filter out a little. Just 4 minutes added on. We've already played one of them due to the substitution from Arsenal. We're nearly there. Now all about it is for Arsenal is probably keeping the gloss on the win and keeping the clean sheet. It's this man's goals who separates the two. Brace for Martin Odegaard. And there he is now. Party to flick it to El Neni. Look on Wolves again. They make these last few minutes interesting. No, they can't. Gabriel come across to intercept, and then Cedric was there to mop up. There's a free kick from Bueno colliding with Nelson. Boots the ball away in frustration, and probably sums up Wolves now. They've had some chances, and it's not now to take them. You see the frustration. I have to say they will be bottom in Christmas. It stays like this, which honestly it is looking like it will be. They'll be taking charge on Monday. Who I like the look of, who we'll see. There's got a big few decisions coming up, of course. 2 years before the window opens in January again. Who do you want to bring in? Who do you want to keep? Who do you want to get rid of? Wolves haven't been too bad today. There's just been a few chances where with the right pass or a bit of composure, a different day it could have been. But they're facing a different Arsenal. And Arsenal side who know how to win games now and go to places like this and not slip up as we've seen in the past. Martinelli has it now. He's going to take it to the corner, but he's robbed by Collins. But they try to bring down the run into Jesus. It's going to be a throw into Arsenal. So a minute remains. Them Arsenal fans. No title in 18 years. Yeah, they start believing. No one would have foreseen them being 5 points clear going into the World Cup break. That's exactly what they're doing now. It seems they're just happy to take the ball into the corner. And they're not allowed to play. It's going to be a goal kick for Wolves as the stands is empty and gold seats are plenty. But none in that Arsenal away, and they want to salute their players, and see them over the line. As we're in for the final minute of what was at the end of stoppage time. The referee blows the whistle. It is Arsenal who are 5 points clear at the Premier League summit going into that World Cup break. Martin Odegaard, who won't be going to the World Cup with Norway not qualifying, got 2 goals in the second half. There's a stubborn Wolves outfit. In the end, they just didn't create enough to the home side. God, Guedes having a few chances, but he couldn't find the target. Aaron Ramsey having very little to do. And Steve Davis, last match as caretaker boss of Wolves, is another loss, and it will see them bottom of the Premier League at Christmas due to the results that have happened today. But it might not be the result that Wolves wanted. There is hope on the horizon with Julian Lopetegui taking over at Molineux on Monday. Let's finish here at full time. Wolves 0, Arsenal 2.